What's going on, guys? It's Coach Carter, Coffee with Coach. Today is Wednesday, April the 25th, Hump Day. So after today, you've made it through the halfway mark and it's all downhill from there. But I hope that you've had a great start to your week. I know that you're going to have a great Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday are just icing on the cake. They're no big deal. Today, guys, I want to talk to you about the word discipline. And when you say the word discipline, a lot of kids automatically think that we're talking about getting punished for doing something wrong. In this situation, that's not the type of discipline that I want to talk to you about. I've certainly had my share of that type of discipline, that's for sure. But one of the things I've learned is that if I have self-discipline, it prevents me from getting disciplined by someone else. And so by definition, discipline is doing what's right all the time. The best form of discipline is self-discipline, doing what's right all the time without somebody having to tell you to. A lot of times as a high school teacher, I see one of the biggest things with high school kids, one of the things you're missing is that you don't have any discipline at all. You do what feels good. You make decisions without first thinking about the consequences. And let's be honest, sometimes the best thing to do isn't always the easiest thing to do. And as you grow older, eventually you will start to make decisions, not because you're afraid of getting caught, but because you're afraid of letting your parents down. And that's when you know you're starting to learn, you're starting to mature, you're becoming an adult. But let's think about certain areas in your life where discipline is helpful. Think about when you're driving a car. As a teenager, you're put under a lot of pressure. You get behind the wheel of a car. If you have discipline and you do what's right all the time, number one, you're always going to make sure not only you, but also your passengers put on their seatbelt. You're going to follow the rules of the road. You're going to follow the speed limit. And most importantly, as the driver of that car, you are responsible for the lives of every passenger. You have the care and custody of their lives in your hands. And because of that, you should never take chances on their safety. The biggest thing that happens today, of course, is texting while you drive. You should never, under any circumstance, text while you drive. You should put your phone away, turn it off, out of sight, and even lock it up. Because if you're like me, I hear it go off, I'm then going to reach for it. That's one area, driving a car. In your social life, you got to have discipline. You're going to be put in a situation with your friends where you're going to have an opportunity. Somebody's going to have drugs or alcohol. It's going to happen. As much as we as parents would like to say, no, that will never happen, that's not the case. You're going to have discipline to stand up and do the right thing. And always, never, ever, ever get behind the wheel of the car if you're intoxicated by either drugs or alcohol, ever, under any circumstance. I have taught and lost students, and it is a very difficult situation when you call the roll the next day and that seat where that kid always sat is now vacant and that child never returns to your class. You have to have discipline in your social life. You have to have discipline in your relationships. You know, the biggest problem with friendships today, they're oftentimes ruined because we are not loyal to our friends in their absence. Sometimes saying less is more. And if you're a true friend, if someone talks to you about someone else, chances are they're also going to talk about you to someone else. So be loyal to your friends in their absence. Be loyal in your relationship with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Even in marriages across the country, people have been married 15, 18, 20 years, and they just decide to give up They throw everything away, or they have a moment of temporary gratification that has a permanent decision or permanent outcome. You have to have discipline to always do what's right. And there are two people you should always be loyal to. One is your boss, and the other one is your spouse. You have to have discipline, and this one is a tough one for me. You have to have discipline in your diet. You have to have discipline in exercise. Those are really tough for me. Some people live to eat. Some people eat to live. I live to eat. I don't want to be out jogging and have a heart attack. I want to be sick when I die. I don't want my heart to explode while I'm running on a treadmill. I have a really hard time creating a routine and establishing a good habit of exercise, and boy, is it tough to eat right. That's another area where I could use more self-discipline. And I just want to share that with you. That's one of the things that I think every high school student could improve upon. I hope that you have a wonderful Wednesday, guys. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you today. Go Wildcats. The best is yet to come.